Republican nomination with a Super Tuesday sweep. More than 850 delegates up for grabs.
We want to send a signal that we're coming. This freight train's coming.
This could be the last stand for Trump's last Republican challenger, Nikki Haley.
It is time for a new generational leader who can leave the negativity and the baggage behind.
But today across the country, many Republican voters firmly in Trump's camp. For retired teacher Deborah Pergerson in North Carolina.
He's conservative, he was pro-life, and I think he did a whole lot for the country when he was president.
To Joseph Hudson in Tennessee.
Trump is a very coarse individual, but at least he knows how to run the country, and I think he'll make it.
Has voted for Trump before, is voting for Haley this time.
But that spirit is there. He is so far off with his comments and his radicalism.
President Biden on the ballot. Still Biden urging Democrats to turn out as a show of strength to kick off the general election against Trump.
I guess the most important message is that our democracy is sick. Literally, our democracy.
Trump, the lawlessness he's exhibited, his threats of reprisal if elected, I think are serious concerns. I think all of his actions historically undermine.
The racist remarks he has made, the bigotry against women and a lot of people of color. So I'm uncertain.
We know former President Trump already signaling this primary is over, even if it's not officially over. He's now turned to the general election.
Rachel, I saw you post a harsh question in our White House the other day.
He barely mentions her lately at his campaign events. The former president now focused on the general election and drawing that direct contrast with President Biden ahead of that likely rematch in November. David.
President Biden focused on Donald Trump, and Rick, let's get right to the numbers, because if this election were held today, if this is another rematch here, where does the race stand?
Yeah, David, if the general election starts now, it is going to be a very tight race. 3 recent polls and our 538 polling average showing Donald Trump with a very slight edge in the race for president. It's going to be a long and very close campaign, and the entire campaign is going to come down to just these 7 battleground states. This is where the battle is going to be fought, and so key in this is going to be the independent voters, many of them voting for Nikki Haley tonight, and many of them saying that they were skeptical around Donald Trump. If Haley gets out of the race tonight, the battle will be on for these independents, and Donald Trump's going to have his work cut out for them in North Carolina, which is voting for tonight, and across the nation.
Really interesting, Rick. A lot here at the desk with me, our chief White House correspondent, because, Mary, you've learned in the last 24 hours, President Biden has said to his campaign, we need to go after Donald Trump much more aggressively. And when Biden supporters look at these numbers that Rick just showed us, Donald Trump leads in just about every major poll of the last week or two.
Hey, David, this is really a pivotal moment. The Biden campaign is viewing this as the kickoff to the general election. And we have seen President Biden really ramping up his attacks against Donald Trump, taunting him as a loser. The president is clearly trying and relishing getting under Donald Trump's skin. But in talking with the campaign, they think that voters haven't fully registered that we are again likely headed for this Trump-Biden rematch. So they see this as a moment to again lay out really what is at stake here, to try and crystallize the critical differences between Trump and Biden. And of course, President Biden's going to have a big opportunity to do that later this week with his State of the Union address.
For Tuesday results, Mary Bruce, Rick Klein, my thanks.
Super Tuesday.
Lindsay Davis with Battlegrounds. Who's ahead right now? And of course, as the results begin, will happen live, 10 p.m. Eastern, right here